Hi everyone, it's Jason Craft. It's been a while since I posted any videos on my Iron Man Mark4 suit, so I figured I'd show you guys where I'm at with the project that I've been working on for a couple years now. So let's get started. So here's the front of the suit so far. I'm currently in the process of making a strapping system for the entire suit. The pelvis section I need to still come up with a strapping system for. So like that is where I'm at with trying to get, a strapping system put together. Created this magnetic clip and an aluminum pin. I got this idea from Serial Killer's YouTube channel. He's working on a Halo suit, so he's got some tutorials on there for his progress, so sure, check his stuff out. I can interlock these two pieces together and it snaps into place. So like I made these metal plates. I took a large sheet of metal, bent it, and I used an epoxy putty, put it in place, and I made these custom magnetic sockets, a positive and then a negative. Put that on the back side of the hip pod, and now it snaps into place. These are all casts from the original parts that I've made, either made out of a plastic, 65D from Smooth On, or the epoxy coat from Smooth On, along with 100 epoxamite from Smooth On, which replaces fiberglass resin. Another part would be this piece. Kind of sits around the neck area, which this would go on the other side. Kind of like this one. Decided to combine all these parts together into one piece, along with the side sections. Which here's a portion of the side, another mold I took that I didn't finish yet. So that's that portion, and then the whole back side is one solid piece, and these are all held together with some strong military grade Velcro. As far as the shoulder bells go, I've got an inner part and an outer part. The inner part is the same on both sides. Here's some unfinalized parts I need to kind of still clean up yet. So here's the under strapping system of the armor. The chest piece comes off. I got some magnetic clips. This is just a belt, and I made like a metal shoulder strapping system, which I kind of mimicked from James from X Robots. He's working on a Hulkbuster suit. Check his material out when you get a chance. I got the negative and positive magnetics on here, so they just kind of snap into place. As for the neck, I've got some strong magnets on the inside that I use epoxy putty to keep those in place. Right now, I gotta come up with a solution as to keeping this from pulling apart like that if I bend down too far. But I figured I'd put like a hook right there, kind of, so it stays in place. Here's the back side. Pretty much every piece I've worked on has changed in some way since the last video I posted. I've changed this indentation, put some grooves in there, added this next section right here, the spinal armor, which I've also changed since then. I've added this, I guess, middle section that's extruded. As for the helmet, some alterations that I've done since the last video was I've included an indentation in the eye sockets, 3D printed some screws. Those were originally carved out by hand last time. I 3D printed the ear, this eyelid right there on the jaw. These little grooves on top, put a slight indentation right through here, which was not there before. Minor alterations. You can see there's two helmets. Well, they're both molds, so I've been making some duplicates. As for the arms, I got those held in place by a magnet. Not bad for flexibility, so like I can slip my arm through here. Still touch my chin. It's not bad. I designed it in a way so this kind of folds in on itself So I got more mobility. As for the elbows, I had to come up with a solution so that I could have these pivot around this section, but I didn't want to drill any kind of hole in the elbow joint or anything like that and put a pin through it. So I came up with this solution where I'm using a hasp hinge, which uses a round eyelid, put a pin through, and locks it into place. As for the leg, this was probably one of the pieces that took the longest to make because I had to make two of them and they both had to match. So that's kind of how much it bends. In the original Epicure files, this whole section was gone, so I decided to include that in there. Some alterations to the Epicure file itself I needed to fix because it wasn't accurate enough. But I think that will work pretty good. I reinforced the interior with a metal plate, which I epoxied into place to give it more strength. Which then on the inside of these, they're using the round pins again. Here's the boot. I designed this first iteration to be just like a boot cover, so it will sit over my shoes. Pivots like it should. It's held in place by a couple screws. If I ever decide to go back, I have versions of the boot where it shows the underside. This is a version I didn't cut off. So with the boot, I created some ankle armor, which then would sit kind of on top of the boot like so. Everything's held in place by some buttons and snaps. I've also been using Velcro. This would go together with this section and kind of fit together like so. The leg. Some more ankle armor. So then this will snap into place on the underside of this. And then flip up, flip back, just kind of hang there. This part has changed since then too, where I added this extrusion right here. Here's the palm section. These are 3D printed parts, which I designed myself. I went through shapeways.com to 3D print them. Right now the fingers are all separated. I figured I'd run a fishing line to keep them together later, but I'll wait until I'm done painting these. If you are looking for a hand for yourself, you can find those parts on there along with other Iron Man parts I've designed over the years. As for the palm itself, I got the magnetic portions of it again, which then snap into place. Put electronics in here and the light source later. And of course I got this hand shield, which I'll probably use some Velcro or something to keep these two pieces together. A couple more 3D printed parts I put together. This would be of course the arc reactor, which I designed this pretty simply. It will fit over like a light box. I'll put like a light source behind this softening box, which then this will go on there like this, and then this will be glued on top like that, and then the light will shine through it. This ring right here will go as part of the chest piece, and I'll put some kind of plastic covering on top to keep everything contained. So that's where I am with things with the Iron Man project I've been working on for a couple years now. If you're building your own Iron Man suit, I do offer some parts online that you can buy and 3D print up. Just check out shapeways.com. I'm under craft props. This concludes the video. Thanks for watching.